On Monday, the Court of Appeals decided to reduce the bond amount in the civil fraud case of the former president, Donald Trump, providing him with a lifeline. Previously, Judge Arthur Engoron's decision required Trump to pay a bail amount exceeding $400 million. Katie Phang of MSNBC posted on X, formerly Twitter, breaking, New York appellate court reduces Trump's bond to $175 million in the New York AG's civil fraud case. If we want, to stay execution of the New York AG's judgment. Regarding claims that Trump overstated the value of his buildings and his personal net worth, Judge Engoron last month decided in favor of New York Attorney General Letitia James's case against Trump and his sons. Eric Trump and Donald Trump Jr., the former president, was banned from doing business in New York City for 2 to 3 years and was compelled to pay $454 million in fines. By Monday, March 25, Trump had to post the bond sum in order to prevent James from seizing his belongings. Despite scouring the market, we have been unsuccessful in our effort to obtain a bond for the judgment amount for defendants for the simple reason that obtaining an appeal bond for $464 million is a practical impossibility under the circumstances presented, said Trump's legal team in an announcement last week that they were unable to come up with the bond amount. As you can see, the appellate order also stays some portions of Justice Engoron's judgment, such as barring Trump from serving as an officer or director of any New York corp for 3 years, barring Trump from being able to apply for loans from New York financial institutions for 3 years, etc., Phang wrote in a subsequent post on X. In response to the reduced bond amount, Trump said, I greatly respect the appellate division's decision, and I'll post either $175 million in cash, or bonds or securities, or whatever is necessary very quickly within the 10 days. During a Monday speech outside of court, Trump expressed his gratitude to the appellate courts for reducing the bail amount. Huge news as Trump's legal team faces testy questioning from Judge Merchan. A state appeals court says he has 10 more days to pay a $175 million bond in the civil fraud ruling, staying enforcement of the $454 million judgment against him and his company, Caitlin Collins of CNN wrote on X. The New York Appeals Court has agreed to allow Trump additional time to pay less money by dropping his bail from $454 million to $175 million and giving him 10 days to acquire the money, according to Michael Steele, the former chairman of the Republican National Committee, RNC. This is just nonsensical. Phang clarified in a different post on X that Trump must deposit the $175 million lesser bond amount in order to stop James from receiving the $464 million judgment, per the verdict. A statement from James's office was relayed by CBS News' Robert Costa. It read, Donald Trump is still facing accountability for his staggering fraud. He committed years of fraud, the court has previously determined, in order to inflate his net worth and unfairly enrich himself, his family, and his company. The $464 million judgment against Donald Trump and the other defendants with interest is still in effect. Furthermore, it appears that James is getting ready to seize control of Trump's Bedminster residence and Seven Springs golf course because she has already filed court documents in Westchester County. James may also be able to take possession of his personal jet, known as Trump Force One, as well as his opulent penthouse in the Trump Tower 40 Wall Street office complex in Manhattan. Nevertheless, it is probably going to take a while before James is able to take possession of any of Trump's properties. To begin with, James would have to return to court to obtain a judge's permission before she could enter Trump's property. Additionally, James would have to place a lien on Trump's real estate in order to stop the former president from borrowing money or selling it off without first paying the state of New York. After that, a judge would designate a person to sell the property and give New York the proceeds of the sale. Additionally, many of the properties in Trump's real estate empire are held by limited liability corporations that report to him rather than being fully owned by him. Trump might contend that he lacks the full authority to sign these assets over, in which case James' office would require a court order compelling him to comply. Real estate lawyer Adam Lightman Bailey stated, People who are in bonds do not like to use property as collateral because it is difficult to liquefy the asset if there is a default. This isn't that simple for the Attorney General either. It will be quite challenging to take possession of his properties. It requires a lot of labor. James has the authority to seize all of Trump's properties in New York, not just the ones she indicated had fraudulent or deceptive assessments in his financial records.